Hi, Junk Journal fans. It's Claudia from We're Just Two Sisters. And boy, do I have something special to share with you today. So this was kind of just an inspiration that I had in making a little envelope folio that actually turned into a huge envelope journal. And I've never really attempted anything like this before, and I had so much fun with it. It's basically made out of, if you could believe it, just 4 envelopes that then built into this wonderful collection of ephemera, and I call it the bundle of letters. And I don't know about you, but I just love that, that adventure of finding a bundle of letters in an old trunk that's tied up with a pretty ribbon, whether they're keepsake love letters or, letters. I have several of them that are letters and cards that I've received from my children and my grandchildren. But this just struck me as being something like that, tied up with some string, just a bundle of keepsakes. So let's take a look inside. This one easily just opens by the cord unwrapping from the little closure here. You simply unwrap it all the way around. It wraps 4 times. And then you can just kind of set the string that has the little B tab on the end over to the side, and then start to go through and explore the wonderful things that are inside. So this one is relatively big. It's certainly bulky, but the biggest envelope measures 6 inches, and then the tallest envelope measures 9. So 6 by 9 at the largest. It's full of just all kinds of fun things. Here's the back, and as you can see, the back of the journal is definitely, the largest envelope, measuring in at 9 by 6. So I'm going to turn it back over here and take you through a flip through of all the fun and wonderful things. So on the front of this journal, I have placed this wonderful trim that has these little dangles on it. In addition, there is lace that binds the smallest envelopes to the largest envelope, and then each one is bound with cloth hinges, and I'll show you a little bit about that as we move forward. I'm going to zoom it out just a little bit here so that I can make sure that we see the entirety of this. So on the very front, you'll see the first envelope. So the first envelope, all of the envelopes are covered. So basically, that is the first envelope. And I'll show you how they are attached. So the first envelope, and each envelope section has a journal. So the first envelope has a pull-out pocket here with this fun little folio. And you open it up, and it has a pocket with a newspaper. I found this old piece of calligraphy paper, and you'll see throughout where I have used little strips of that calligraphy paper because I just so much love the calligraphy writing. Here's another example of that. Here's a pocket on the little folio that has a little card in it. This guy goes down into this pocket. And it's cool if it sticks out a little bit, because as you can see, there's so many different layers here, and all of them are staggered, which gives it dimension and depth and just interest, and so many different textures and so forth. Here's a piece of that calligraphy paper that says alphabets. This is a piece of an old shorthand book. So as you open each envelope, you'll see that there is writing paper. So here's the first journal, Has quite a bit of this really pretty rice linen paper. Here's the back of that first little journal. There's a receipt held on with this really cute little paper clip that I've attached some lace to. The receipt, here is the back of that first journal or the first envelope. In the back pocket, there is also a pull-out with this beautiful butterfly and a little tab from like a typewriter key. Open this one up. It has a pocket that has Yorkshire Coast and Moorland, Beautiful Britain advertisement or a book. A little tablet. And this goes into this pocket. This one is just filled with tablet after tablet and pocket after pocket. There's a side pocket here that has a little advertisement, Frank R. Stockton, Mrs. Cliff's Yacht. And as you can see here, I'm going to take this old vintage. There's a lot of really old vintage things in here that I've used as backgrounds. This is an old postcard from 1908. It is an original. It's not a photocopy. And I've glued that onto this lovely paper. And I've sewn the tulip. And it has lace in the corner. But setting that aside for just a moment, I'd like to show you. So these are what I call cloth hinges. So this envelope is attached to this envelope with 5 cloth hinges that are glued on. Some really pretty string. Here's a slip pocket or a slit pocket that has some stationery, a little crab apple blossoms card, an old photograph, Smith's Creek Depot, a little card of inspiration, and a little ticket with some flowers on it. And there you'll see kind of a bee theme throughout this journal as well. So this is a page with a little pink safety pin. It has some lace attached to it, more of that calligraphy paper, and an upper corner pocket, which is where I have placed the old postcard. I like to put it kind of over on the side because when you close this journal, one of the really fun things about it is because it's so staggered, I've placed things where you can see them on each level. So going back to this next one, open this one and there is a corner pocket here. The corner pocket has this fun little half circle pocket with a little card, some beautiful stationery, an old inspection tag, and then this pocket contains this pullout. This pullout is a folio made out of an old receipt that is just a 2-pocket folio. It has another receipt in here from Bon Ton Corsets and from a French receipt. And these just go into these little side pockets and then closes as so. And it is sewn all the way around the edges, as you can see here. And again, kind of like a little wallet folio. You can put all kinds of things in there, and then that pretty same kind of teal lace. I've used this stamp in a lot of different places. You can see it here, here, and here. And often when you open the little journals, you'll find that same stamp. I thought it was just pretty to carry that out as if it was stationery. So here's the second journal. Again, lots of writing space, all blank pages for you to either decorate or add things. You can put pockets, you can just write stories. So here is the second, as you can see, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little cloth hinges. And I'm telling you, this is really sturdy. I actually, because it was kind of my first time attempting something interesting like this, I tried to pull it apart. And there's virtually no way that you can pull this apart without ripping everything. So it's going to last for a very long time. On the back of this journal, I've added this little pocket with a card and an old piece of paper that looks like a receipt as well as a postcard, and then journaling space on the back of this one. Here's a tag that's actually glued on to that lip of the envelope. Here you can see again where they are attached with the 2 tabs of the envelopes. And I've even made some little pockets with some tiny little tags on the envelope tabs. Here's the next journal. This one also has that really pretty stamp. This has the teal lace, plus it has this really beautiful piece of old vintage lace, and I've sewn on these 2 buttons. And again, I will show you that when you close this journal, it's really cool how these things hang over each edge and add that dimension. Lots of writing paper in this one as well. And then the back of this envelope has a pullout in the pocket. This pullout has this little tag. I love it that it hangs over and then covers the piece of, kind of holds that piece of stationery in. This has lots of writing paper as well. And then the back pocket with the dragonfly has this pullout that has this pullout, which is a little piece of stationery folded really nicely. Has a tab that makes it easy to pull out of the pocket, and then when you open it, it has this beautiful tablet with this lovely vellum paper and lots more writing space, and a side pocket with this little tab, as well as a piece of the Gregg shorthand dictionary. A lot of the things that you'll see in here are about writing letters, and which is kind of why I thought it was cool to call it a bundle of letters. And again, this is a pocket with a pullout and a pullout in a pocket. And this one kind of hangs over in this top pocket. I've added this lovely postcard. You'll also see more of the calligraphy paper, and there's book paper, book pages, old book pages, and then this just kind of hangs over the edge there. It makes the laces really pretty, how it kind of shines there. Sorry, my bracelet got caught a little bit in that lace. And on this page, I've also added a paper clip with some really pretty blue lace. Hanging from that is this lovely earring dangle. And again, when you close everything up, and we have an escapee. Oh, I know where this guy goes. He goes right here. Trying to get away. There we go. But again, when you close it, and that little dangle kind of hangs off the side, as so it looks really pretty and vintage and so on. So It's going to turn the page. Here is another where an envelope is attached to an envelope. This is one of the largest, the second to the largest. There's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of cloth that create the hinge. This has a really pretty pocket with the butterflies and some little pink thread there. And in the pocket is this unique little tag. It's a tag of Edgar Allan Poe, and I've created a little hinge on the side here, sewn the eyelet trim onto the top, and then this little card opens up, and there is some book page and a little half circle tab pocket with a little card or tag inside. And this just goes down into this pocket. You can hang that lace over the edge and see it from up here, which is always fun. And here is the largest of the envelopes. This one is the key paper on the tab. Added a little doodad here, a little tab. There's music paper in here. This first page of the journal itself is this beautiful postcard. And I must admit that I made this postcard myself. It's a vintage piece of illustration, but I created the postcard on the back here with a stamp, and then this is my handwriting, kind of put together a fictitious little story for April White from Grandma White, my darling April. This has a really pretty corner pocket, studio of calligraphic art. Calligraphic? I'm not sure how you would say that. And then lots of writing paper in this largest of the pages here. And then, of course, we get to the very back page. And yet again, there's a pocket with a pull-out. And the pull-outs, of course, just keep getting bigger as the envelopes continue to get bigger. This one is so pretty. It's very French paper that I've actually coffee dyed and spot dyed with some, some edging and distressing around the sides. I've added this little button that I made out of the bee paper, and this same teal colored lace. On the back is kind of a key, a flourish, if you will, and then again, that really pretty paper. And when you open this guy up, it has a belly band on the one side with this really cool paper out of an old typeset book. This is, again, an authentic postcard. It's creased and old. It says happy birthday on it. Postcard. It's also embossed. It's not dated, but it's very old. To best wishes to Beatrice Gibson from Wilma. Hard to read, but very pretty. There are, again, a lot of authentic vintage ephemera in this one, and I am very pleased to go ahead and part with them with this lovely altered envelope journal. Here's the tablet that's in this folio. Has quite, again, a bit of writing paper, and this tablet folio fits down into this pocket as so. Tab for easy pulling out. And then this page has a pocket with a side pocket with this tiny little folio pocket tablet. And a pocket with a couple of things here. The Keeper of the Bees. And this little Pacific Company original check. And that goes down in here, the keeper of the bees. And then the very back of the journal, once again, is very embellished. It has this tag that I made out of an old piece of paper from the old Sears and Roebuck catalog with the beautiful little blue charm, the blue or teal lace once again, journaling space on the back. It also has a piece of stationery for you to use for writing. And you can certainly write a letter in here. And it has yet another of an old authentic December 1915 for a happy birthday, best wishes from Grandma Sprague to Maurice Weaver. I love these, and it's embossed. I was fortunate enough to purchase an entire lot of vintage postcards. Quite frankly, I probably spent too much money on them, but I just love including things that are truly vintage and truly keepsakes. So that is the Bundled Letters Altered Envelope Journal. On the spine here, as you can see, it's very well constructed. It's not going to pull apart. It's not going to come apart. I've also added this lovely little cloth flower there, and it's just wonderful. I love it. You know, every once in a while I create a journal and I say to myself, I think I'm going to keep this one, just because I do a lot of journaling myself, and I love to use my journals to kind of as keepsakes for my children and my grandchildren and maybe their grandchildren. But I decided to go ahead and list this one. I just am so proud of it, and I think whoever decides that they want to be the owner of this one is absolutely going to love it. I am going to list it on Etsy this afternoon, and that's www.we'rejusttwosisters.etsy.com. That's We're Just Two Sisters with the number 2.etsy.com. So I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough. I hope you've enjoyed and been inspired by this fun envelope journal. I know I had a blast making it, and I just felt so nostalgic with all of the things that I decided to include in it, and I hope you're pleased as well. So again, thank you so much for spending the time with me today. Come back often to our Etsy shop. There's always something new to see. Have a wonderful day.